Day 16, we're officially over the half a month mark of my real estate journey. Got stuff to talk about to you guys today, and apparently I can't speak. So what's the plan? What happened? What did I do today? And what's the situation looking like moving forward? Well, it's confirmed. I am starting cold calling tomorrow. I'll be working with for sale by owners, so that's exciting. But let's talk about how my day actually was. Start off, it's the same stuff as always. I'm trying to keep a consistent, disciplined routine because like I keep saying in all these videos, you can't expect any great results if you don't stick to something for an extended period of time, right? So first thing I'm doing today, reviewing my business plan, however long it takes me. It usually takes me about a minute or 2 minutes. After that, I practice my scripts and I look at the MLS hot sheet. So I look at the MLS hot sheet, I type down, like new active listings, what listings sold, why they sold, what's pending, what's withdrawn, what's expired. So I make sure I document all that stuff, specifically in the city of Westfield. As I'm looking through the MLS, I'm also tracking subdivisions so I can start mapping out where they're located on my Westfield map to know exactly which place is which, right? After that, I'm doing scripts for 2 hours. I'm doing 1 hour of FSBO scripts. The other hour, I'm doing circle prospecting scripts. I decided that I want to focus on 2 different neighborhoods for circle prospecting. And for the for sale by owner, you can't really pick a location, right? But I'm doing an hour for each. Now, when I say an hour, I'm not saying for each one an hour straight and I study scripts for the whole hour. No. I do what's called a Pomodoro technique, which is essentially I take miniature breaks and I time block each break. So I'll usually maybe take like a 5-minute break every 30 minutes or every 25 minutes, right? And in between that time, I make sure I rest my brain mentally so I can prevent burnout. Because let's be honest, scripts take a lot of your time and a lot of work and a lot of mental energy. And if you're doing that for 2 hours, you're going to absolutely be tired and unfocused by the time you're done with the session. So that's why I make sure I rest a little bit. I drink some water. I walk around. I'm not just sitting down the entire time because I sit down a lot at my job. So it's a really important thing for me to stay focused while I do that stuff, because another thing with burnout, you're going to start talking like a robot and you're just going to keep going through the motions without actually trying to speak through your script, right? And you want to make sure you're saying the script properly every single time. Okay, you want consistent results. I'm putting it on the field tomorrow. I'm going to be calling people for sale by owners, likely not in my selected neighborhoods, as this is primarily for practice purposes and not actually to solicit business or offer any tangible value, which although wouldn't hurt to do that, my main focus is just getting better with my scripts. Okay, what did I do after that? After that, I went ahead and started preparing my social media. Okay, so actually, let me trace that back. I was doing social media after my lunch. Right before my lunch, I worked on my lead follow-up systems for my cold calling. So now I have 3 lead follow-up systems: FSBOs, circle prospecting, open houses. Those are my 3 lead follow-up systems. I have them all put in place. I filtered them through an AI software. So ChatGPT was able to take reference from experienced, very high-end agents and collect all the information to make the best lead follow-up strategy for both FSBOs and expireds. And it turned out great. Like, I really like the lead follow-up system. Oh, what else did I forget about? 4 lead follow-up systems. My 8x8 touch database. So I'm also developing a lead follow-up system for my current sphere of influence. My MET database is what you call it in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, right? So I got my lead follow-up systems all put in place. Great. What did I do after that? I made a YouTube, I'm making a YouTube video now, but I made an Instagram video, and it was just Market Mondays. Hey, Nick Ponza, Westfield Realty here, Market Monday. So that's going to be a religion like that I follow through every week is Market Monday, telling everyone what the market in Westfield's like. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really a good video. I didn't have it scripted, and I'm still learning the market. And I'm trying to not just learn the market, but I'm trying to explain to people what's happening in the market, which is also one other huge skill that you need to learn is if someone just straight up asks you on the street, hey, what's the housing market looking like? You got to talk about it like an expert. So I'm still struggling on that, clearly. I have a lot of issues there, but that's just going to take time. But the video turned out well, 60 frames a second, captions, Market Monday, very catchy, something that people can tune into, Market Monday. After that, I went ahead and I briefly read over the purchase agreements. So I mentioned in my last video that I wanted to make an effort to start reading more contracts because contracts are a big part of real estate and they don't talk about contracts in books or YouTube videos. So I make sure I read through the purchase agreement. I made sure like what deadlines are what, learning about the systems and about, what happens during the purchase agreement. I briefly went over that. It was probably like a 10-minute review, honestly. I need to do more stuff there. And then the last part of my day was developing my listing presentation. So I'm starting the foundation of building my compelling listing presentation. I built the framework on how I'm going to be working with sellers, exactly from pre-preview, pre-listing preview, all the way down to the end of the listing presentation. And then after that, I haven't gotten to the details yet, but we're going to start getting there here soon. So that was my day. I got a lot of work done, a lot more work to do tomorrow as I will be finally practicing my open houses on the phone. But I got an email. I think I told you guys that I met with a real estate expert named Steve Rupp, who gave me some feedback on my business plan. And I want to read it to you guys actually, because I think it's very interesting. Let me go ahead and open it up right now. Yeah, but he said some really good stuff, and I replied to his email as well. Don't worry, I did not say anything like, well, I already knew that, or trying to compensate for not doing something. Like, I wasn't like, oh, well, I was already doing that, or I was planning to do that. No. I wasn't defending myself here, so don't worry about that. Wow, you can see my brown eye freckle here. Okay, so, the questions he asked again, I'll review it one more time. He said, this is a really good business presentation, but there's a few things that you might want to know. Your core values and beliefs are good, but I want to see them as one-word values. I talked about that in my video. Look at me already saying the stuff I told I wasn't going to say. What is your budget for your marketing activities? I don't have one, so that will be addressed. Have you run numbers on conversion percentages on your marketing efforts? No, I have not. I will plan to do that as a top priority. CEOs always track their numbers. Is writing the book the best use of your time up front? No, it's not. That's why I'm not working on a book right now. Are you committed to prospecting for 2 to 3 hours a day? We'll talk about that. What does your calendar look like? Does it support these habits? Do you have vacations on there? No. What will get in the way of your success? So here's what I told him. I said, Steve, I greatly appreciate your feedback. After reviewing, here are my new adjustments and answers in regards to your insights. A marketing budget strategy is something I will now be working on throughout the week. You also mentioned how I'm tracking my numbers. This is something that has caught my attention and will be a priority moving forward. As for writing my book, this is something I do not intend to begin with until I feel the time is right. No initiative currently. And then I talk about my plans on practicing my for sale by owners and circle prospecting scripts. I will begin calling neighborhoods tomorrow. 2 hours a day is a non-negotiable routine I abide by, which could lead to serious burnout if I time block incorrectly. Pomodoro technique. So I make sure I brought that in. I'm not going to be doing 2 hours of straight prospecting. You need to take breaks, right? Considering my new life and the window of time I have to build progress, vacations and days off are kept at an absolute minimum. You guys know that already. The only thing that's going to get in the way of success is myself. Okay? The only thing that's going to get in the way of success is myself. And I know it's a cliche phrase, but it stands true in this business venture. Time is on my side since I'm now working in the office Monday through Friday and working in the industry every day. Conquering limiting beliefs, adversity, and my disciplinary habits, which I make an oath to stick to for an extended period of time, will be the biggest contributing factor to my overall success. I remember what you said, Steve. The reason why almost all agents fail in the beginning of their career, it's because of lack of systems. It's lacking a sense of direction, purpose, and discipline to reach the goals you want. I'm not letting that go. So I'm taking what you said to heart. Thank you for sharing this again. Your expertise and excellence means a lot to those you coach. Best. He said, Nick, love this. I highly recommend rewarding yourself with something when you hit your goals. Celebrating wins is just as important as learning from setbacks. Let me know how else I can help you during your journey. I am cheering you on. there's a lot of things I could say I'm not grateful for in my life. And one of them is I grew up broke. My stepdad was abusive. I had a hard upcoming with money and stuff like that. And a lot of mental illness in my family. But when I go into these circumstances, it's like, how many people can say that they speak with millionaires? Like just exchanging through an email. It's truly remarkable. And I get feedback from people like that. I don't care what he says, if it's good stuff or bad stuff. Like, okay, is it really bad if he's just criticizing me and trying to help me? Even if he was saying it was a bad presentation, it's like him not trying to compliment me is what I'm trying to say here. It's, I have communication with a very successful guy. And guess what? That means something. That means a lot. And so I'm sticking it to heart. It's a very important thing I think everyone should be looking into is where can you position yourself to be surrounded by people who know more than you? I started when I was at IU. When I went to IU, I felt like an idiot. I felt like everyone knew more than me until I got into self-improvement. And then I started to get very cynical and negative and like, I hate school. And then it started going back to, I don't know anything, right? And that's kind of how I am now. It's like, I'm trying to define myself as a real estate expert, right? Like that's genuinely how I see myself in some fashion. But at the same time, I'm so new, I just don't know yet, So it's only a matter of time. Now, setting that aside, let's talk about something interesting too. We're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about something that I think would be a huge change to my real estate career. Okay? Huge deal. And it's going to be the fact that there is a real estate crash course called Bold. It is for anybody in central Indiana. It's hosted by Keller Williams. It is a fast track for real estate agents to get their business moving at a very rapid rate and make high income in a good time. I don't know why my camera just lagged, but it's huge, okay? The rookie of the year, Liz, I talked with her in the open house on Saturday. She said the biggest thing that helped her was Bold. She had a 6-week regimen, and it's a 6-week regime, right? A 6-week training session, and you're working with other agents who are holding you accountable, and they give you things to do every single day. Like, here is your strategy. You go out there and make it happen. And it's almost like the military, but for real estate, or so I believe. $800 to join. Now, obviously, real estate is a very expensive industry to get into, and I did not budget for an $800 regimen, training, whatever you want to call it, camp. So I've been thinking about in my mind if it's worth it. I'm like, $800 would really put me in a tough pickle. Like $800, dude, you're talking almost a whole month of rent, like just like that. And it's risky. It's just inevitable that I am going to have to mitigate and handle risk and just making risky decisions. And I'm wondering if this is the right choice. I'm leaning towards yes. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it is something that everyone in the office is heavily encouraging me to do. And it's not just that. It's also because people that are successful are highly recommending it. And obviously, I'll need to get a quick breakdown on what it's going to be. I can't just bank on what people are saying. I need to really see a video or a presentation on Bold. But if it really is like what it says it is, like a 6-week brutal regimen where they really put you through it and work your ass off, shoot. That's exactly what I need, right? Having accountability partners, having role play partners, connecting with other agents and growing. It sounds like something that's right up my alley. And let's say I didn't do it. And let's say 6 months from now, I have to find a full-time job. It's like, imagine me looking back being like, I should not have not gotten that real estate crash course, that training camp. Imagine if I would have gotten that, I probably would be at my goals. But here I am wanting to save money. But you can also look at it on the flip side. Oh, I wasted my money on this stupid training, and now, I would rather take the latter, honestly. Real talk. I think it's something that's worth it. Because you have to pay the ignorance tax, like what Alex Hormozy says. Ignorance tax is real. And with ignorance tax, you don't see it, but you pay it because you're losing opportunities of success, right? Worst case scenario, this is a networking event and I work with other agents. Cool. I know more agents that can give me referrals. That's perfect. But they also said, get this, scholarship opportunities. How about that? Scholarship opportunities would be huge for me. So Bold might be the next move. I believe it starts in the end of September. So it's like right on that track for me to keep improving and keep working on myself. And we're going to get a lot of work done, I think. And I really am looking forward to that. I believe I'm going to do it, but we're going to have to look through and see how it goes. All right. Not as long as any of the other videos. This was a very content-heavy video, not a lot of philosophy. But we'll probably go ahead and pick up the philosophy stuff on Thursday when I speak with Jonah Lyons. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. See you later.